Hey guys, so today we are going to be checking out some shopping options in Mazatlan, Mexico. Now these shopping options are generally found all over Mexico, but today we're going to focus on what you can find in Centro Mazatlan. Let's go. Hey guys, it's Paula and Natasha with Nomadic-AF. Today we're going to be doing a shopping in Central Mazatlan tour. If you're in Central Mazatlan, you're probably going to hit at least one or two of these places.
Right. We don't bother leaving out of Centro. We don't go to Walmart or any of the bigger big box groceries
There's
because
no point.
there's no point. They don't have anything you can't get in Centro. And
For better.
for better. Everything here we shop is way better than anything you'll get at Walmart or any of the big grocery
Yeah,
stores.
you want to check
So
them
yeah,
out?
let's take a walk around Centro Mazatlan and check out some shopping. So our first stop is going to be the Pino Suarez Market. This is a big tourist attraction in Mazatlan, and they have absolutely everything you can need. You would never need to shop anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if you want a few big staples or something specific, but in general, Pino Suarez Market is going to have every single thing you need.
So lots of fruit stalls, lots of juice stalls, and lots of clothes shopping, huh? And souvenir shopping
souvenir
too.
shopping as
If
well.
you're here on vacation, you really don't need to shop anywhere else for souvenirs.
Yeah, and it's very centrally located, so it's close to like the cathedral and some other key tourist attractions. So you may as well stop by if you're on a cruise ship or if you're just traveling around Central Mazatlan. Definitely worth a check out.
The souvenirs and clothes you can probably haggle a little bit on, but certainly not the food and stuff. Right?
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
not how it works. I don't even know that you really need to bargain because
Yeah,
mostly everything is,
pretty reasonably priced.
and it's got the prices on it for the locals too. So
Yeah.
this is our meat market. I don't ever suggest buying meat in any grocery stores like Walmart or Soriana or Chedraui.
Yeah, this is so much fresher, and they get whole sides of beef and cow and butcher them to order.
Right, and the whole pigs, they'll butcher it down. Any cut you want, you can ask them for.
And a really cool thing that they have in Mazatlan specifically is machaca.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's like a shredded beef.
A shredded dried beef.
Yeah, it's so good.
Right there it is, right there.
Yeah, in the corner. The cactus ladies and guys.
We buy a lot of cactus. Oh my god, I forgot the name.
Paletas?
No, the paletas de. I'll come up with the name. I already forget it in Spanish right now, but
There's our cheese shop. It's a fish market.
nopales.
Nopales.
Nopales
Yeah.
is the cactus.
Yeah. And again, specific to Mazatlan is this red dried marlin.
It's smoked marlin or smoked tuna.
And if you're intimidated by whole fish, they will fillet it for you.
Yep, they'll do whatever you want to the seafood. Clean it, anything you want.
Dried fish. There's again the smoked marlin.
We're in Mazatlan now, so there's a lot of shrimp. We're the biggest shrimp exporter. And here you can see they bring in whole sides of beef and butcher it to order. It'll be gone at the end of the day. So if you want fresh meat, they'll do like gringo cuts, like strip steaks and filet mignons and stuff like that.
They even do
too.
like a New York strip.
Yeah. Anything you want, they'll do for you.
All the veg shops are really nice. They all specialize in different things, but you can hit 10 different veg shops if you need to.
We usually hit a few different veg shops because
Yeah.
one has lemons, one has Brussels sprouts, you know?
Little dry goods.
Yep, by the gram. So if you only want 1 gram of peppercorns, buy 1 gram of peppercorns.
Yeah, and they do have these tiendas as well in the Pino Suarez Market. They're going to be a little pricier than if you just hit your corner tienda, but the convenience is often worth it.
If you can only just go to one spot at the market, get everything you need, and get a little tuk home.
Yeah, and the prices aren't going to be that over the top
No.
either.
Mm-mm. Lots of little places to grab a snack, a taco, or a soup, or whatever downstairs.
Yeah, they have a lot of little ceviche places downstairs that you can grab a quick bite.
Bakeries inside the market.
Super fresh bread. Look at all those sweets. Yeah, they give you tongs to grab your own stuff.
Yeah, so there's little pizza trays and tongs. You just pick it up there.
Yeah, this is our cheese shop.
You can see they bring in big fresh wheels of cheese.
Yeah, we get the cotija, we get the queso fresca,
Chihuahua.
as well, which is kind of like the closest thing to a cheddar you'll
Mm-hmm.
find.
This is our chicken lady. Everything here is so fresh. They bring this stuff in daily, right? It's not sitting in its own gross juices, wrapped. You can get any cut you want, whole chicken, fillets,
Look
breast,
how beautiful that is.
gizzards, anything you want. And it's all so, you don't even smell chicken when you walk up.
No, that's how fresh it is.
All that chicken out and you don't smell a thing.
Our bulk item where you can get any kind of spices you need. You can get a gram of whatever.
Sweets. Mazatlan is big on sweets, boy. Mexico is big on sweets.
Yeah, Mexico is, but Mazatlan specifically, they make a lot of their own sweets, like these marshmallows here they make.
Suaves, if you're looking for them.
Yeah. Again, more spices. You can get anything you want, curries or any kind of powder, turmeric or black pepper. He was
Listen
worried
to those
because it
R's.
was dark back there. Yeah. He was like, you can take a video, but it's dark back here. I was like, that's fine.
So this is our fruit and veg ladies. They're super cool. We always try to go to the same place just because they treat you so well.
Yeah. And you tend to get the better prices as well. They'll throw in like a little regalo, which is a free gift of something.
And look at how fresh everything is. They'll blow through this every day.
Absolutely.
This is a really slow day because we're here super early and there's no cruise ship in town today. But any kind of fruit and veg you want, get it at the market. It's way cheaper, way fresher, way better.
And we have been to a Walmart here in Mazatlan, and it just looks terrible.
Yeah. So this is upstairs in the market where all the restaurants are.
Yeah, just tons and tons of restaurants to choose from. And a lot of them do have outdoor seating, which is kind of fun if you want to watch the street traffic and people watch.
We eat here quite a bit. We have one restaurant we go to we enjoy, but they're all going to be good. I mean, and the prices are like half the price of a touristy restaurant.
Yeah, you can get like a big breakfast for 60, 70 pesos.
$3, $3.50.
Yeah, it'll fill you up for the whole day.
Yeah. Looky-loos are good. They all want you to look at their menus. They don't care if you don't go in. I mean, just feel free to stop and see what they have.
If you don't know what something on the menu is, they'll try and explain it to you.
Even if your Spanish is terrible, please take the time to go. You'll be so happy you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look, you can just point to stuff if you want it. If you don't have Spanish, just point. There's pictures.
I want that thing.
Yeah, there's pictures on the menu. Just point to the picture.
Yeah. So that's the upstairs of the Pino Suarez Market. If you're going to do a walking tour of the market or in Centro at all, you should definitely check out upstairs for sure.
And then this is our dried fruit guy. He's right outside the market also. We always stop here at the end of the shopping trip. We get our dried fruits and stuff. We don't eat like candy and sweets, but we do mow down some fruit.
Yeah, they have a really cool thing here in Mazatlan of dried mangoes. And when they're in season, I buy a ton of them. Right now, they're not in season.
They're sliced paper thin and dried, and it's like fruit leather. But
yeah, fruit leather.
Today they've got
mango jerky.
Yeah. Today they've got Mexican cherries in season. So those green things are not them. They're the yellow one right there. Is a Mexican cherry. He gave us a couple to try, and they are delicious.
All right, so that's our walking tour of Pino Suarez.
Honestly, no matter what city we're in, that was Mazatlan, but what city we're in, we always hit the market.
Yeah.
So let's move on here to a more traditional style grocery store, This is Lay.
And if you are in Central Mazatlan, this is perfect because it's literally like 2 blocks from Pino Suarez.
Yeah. So this is the Lay that is just a couple blocks away.
Kind of a Walmart alternative, I would
Yes, I would
say.
hope. Yeah, because we don't really like to shop at Walmart. This is a local alternative. They have everything you need.
Yeah, any of
Everything.
the staples that you need, coffee, sugar,
It's basically
whatever.
like grocery stores used to be in the 80s before they went supersized. That's
Correct.
all it is.
Yep.
So,
And they always have parking, which is nice.
yeah. And normally there would be taxis waiting out front. I don't see any today, but
Yeah,
there
the
usually are.
Pulmoneos too, yeah.
So this guy here, he's going to see if you have any large backpacks, and you're going to have
And
to
I'll
check
have
them.
you check them with this lady, yeah.
Your purse and everything is fine. They won't check that.
Yeah, they usually have a good bakery selection.
Ready to eat food.
Lots of ready to eat foods. We're here again very early, so the ready to eat foods aren't quite ready.
Yeah, this is probably like 9 in the morning here. Lots of produce. Like, we usually don't get produce here, but if your Spanish is bad and if you're intimidated about prices,
Yeah.
you can shop here for your produce then, because the prices are on everything. You know exactly what you're paying.
Yeah, and everything is generally pretty fresh at LA as well.
It's
Like you
way
can
better.
see she's like checking everything for quality.
Yeah, it's way better than a Walmart produce section is.
Yeah, tons of dried
Chiles.
chilies. And it's nice because everything has a price on it.
Yes.
Unlike the market where you have to kind of do a little bit of guesswork.
But as you can see, there's really no reason to go to a Walmart or anything. This is just a grocery store that has everything you need.
Yeah, anything you would need. Skippy peanut butter they even have, you know.
And it's so much nicer to like not have a million people in a Walmart with 500 people in line, and this is just the way to go.
Yeah, and the Lays do have a self-checkout as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
And you can pay with your credit card. So
Yep.
if you don't have exact cash or small bills, you're worried about that, you can just go to a Lay.
Milk is on the shelf just like everywhere else in Mexico.
Yeah.
Same with eggs. Eggs or milk are on the shelf.
Yeah, any kind of, you know, toiletries and stuff you would need, cleaning supplies. I don't think I went down the cleaning supply aisle because everyone knows what a cleaning supply aisle looks like.
Dog food. Anything you can need at a Walmart, you can get at a Lay.
Yeah, pasta. All kinds of sauces. And they actually usually have a pretty good Asian selection
They really
as well.
do.
Yeah. There's wine and beer, of course. Lay's always have a little deli counter as well, where they will slice meats and cheeses and stuff for you as well.
You can buy bulk cheese and stuff like that by the kilo.
We generally don't recommend buying meat so much at Lay's.
Like chicken and beef and pork. You're better off at the market.
Yeah, you can find it so much fresher and better elsewhere.
And it's not Lay, it's any grocery store, Walmart, anywhere.
Correct.
We don't buy meat
Yeah,
from.
we usually go specifically to the markets where they have the butchers and stuff.
But deli meats here we will buy.
Yeah, and they actually have a pretty good selection of meats and cheeses and stuff. Lots of yogurt, sour cream, all that good stuff. Any kind of soda you could imagine.
A wall of soda.
Yeah, specifically Coca-Cola, it seems like usually. Lots of cold beverages if you're hot. There's also a pharmacy. You can get any of your prescriptions.
Right, in almost any grocery there'll be a pharmacy. Now, the baggers here, you're going to want to make sure you tip them. They don't work for the grocery store. They're volunteers, and this is how they make money. They're pensioners.
You'll see them. They have the red shirts
here. And that's in any grocery, not just Lay. Walmart, any grocery store you go to, if somebody's bagging your groceries.
They are volunteers.
They are volunteers. So that is our trip through. Standard Lay and Centro Mazatlan. They're the same all over Mexico.
Yeah, you can find them anywhere in Mexico. So it's a great alternative to like a Walmart or something. It's a more local alternative.
Right. Better pricing, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that was Lay. So let's move along now to the Shrimp Ladies of Mazatlan. Yeah. This is actually a tourist spot, but this is where we shop for seafood.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just a couple blocks as well from the market. I think it's maybe a 5-minute walk.
Maybe a 5-minute walk, yeah. And if you are in town on a cruise ship or vacation, this is probably on your list.
It's definitely worth checking out for sure. And it's also a couple blocks from the beach, so yeah, perfect.
Definitely. And we shop here for shrimp all the time because we live less than 2 blocks from
Yeah.
this. So let's check out the shrimp ladies of Mazatlan. There I am walking up. Now there's probably like 20 shrimp ladies. There might be more than that, but
There's quite a few. And again, this is pretty early.
yeah, they're just filling everything up now.
Filling it with ice and stuff to keep it fresh.
This is the stall we normally go to. It doesn't have anything to do with her.
Yeah, sure.
But anywhere, any of these ladies, they sell shrimp of different sizes. Some sell lobster, some sell clams, some sell other
Octopus.
octopus. Definitely, they have
They
both.
sell fish fillets as well. And again, you don't have to clean your own fish or shrimp if you don't want to. They will clean it for you for an additional little price.
And you can even take it as is to one of the many restaurants near the shrimp ladies, and they will clean it and prepare it for you.
Yeah, you'll see like some veg, good for like ceviches and stuff, but you won't find much more veg than that.
They have everything there you need ceviche. They'll just throw it all in a bowl.
Oh, it's so good and so fresh.
And there's no smell. You would think with all this seafood, it would, have a seafood smell. There's a little bit, but it's so fresh that you're just not overpowered by the smell of seafood.
Absolutely.
Different styles, different kinds of shrimp.
And shrimp is usually really well priced. I think it's like 200 pesos a kilo.
Yeah, $10 a kilo, which is about $5 a pound for shrimp. Any size. That's the jumbo.
Yeah.
And then it gets cheaper from there. There's some red snapper.
You can get shrimp head on or off.
Yep.
Oh, this guy is like our lobster guy.
So he said 300 a kilo, which is $15 a kilo or $7 a pound.
Yeah, a kilo is 2.2 pounds.
There's all the prepared cooked seafood that they have shrink wrap. You can see the big blocks of ice. Everything's perfectly temped.
Yeah, they even have like fresh oysters that they will shuck for you, mussels and stuff, I believe.
I don't think mussels, but different kinds of clams and oysters.
Clams and oysters. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Prepared seafood, lobster. That's
so
crab
good.
right there.
And I haven't seen it yet, but they do have a pate de shrimp and the pate de marlin, and those are both really good as well for a quick snack.
For crackers and stuff. Yeah, delicious. Any seafood you want, I strongly suggest seeing these ladies about it. They have the best quality, freshest, least expensive seafood you could have.
And we live a couple blocks from here, so we see the deliveries coming in all the time.
Yep, every day, and it's fresh every single morning.
Shrimp, good for stocks or soups.
All right, so that was the shrimp ladies. I strongly suggest checking them out, especially if you're like staying there more than a few days.
Yeah, the shrimp ladies of Mazatlan are so nice.
Yep. Do not get frozen shrimp at Walmart, for God's sakes, if you're in Mazatlan. Do not do it.
Definitely. In part of our walking tour, we're going to check out the tienda, which is right next door to the shrimp ladies.
Yeah, so let's check it out. So normally these tiendas, similar tiendas, are on every corner. You know what I mean? This just happens to be the one
right here,
right next to the shrimp ladies, and one of our favorite tiendas that we go to. And the lady is so nice. So
we could go to her all the time.
All right.
So this is what you can find in a basic tienda. All of them are going to have the same basic things, but some of them do specialize in things. Like this one specializes in a lot of hot sauces.
So most of them will have just their basic fruit and veg. Some may not. Mostly it's going to be like chips, drinks, water, eggs.
These are my favorite chips.
Yeah, those are the best. So this one here is in Mazatlan, and they specialize in Mazatlan specialties, like these little marshmallows and Mazatlan candies and stuff. But no matter what, there's me. Yeah. No matter what store, what little tienda you're in, they're going to specialize in their own little things.
But again, you can find in most of them the basic things you'll need: dish soap, bread, that kind of thing.
Yeah, this is a really good alternative to an OXXO. Firstly, because you're supporting the local economy.
Yeah.
And secondly, because there aren't 50 people there paying their bills in line in front of you. So
and you get to know your local tiendas, and it's always fun.
They will treat you like gold. If you're a gringo coming coming into a little Mexican tienda, they will love you.
This one also supplies a lot of the restaurants around. That's why they have a lot of the plates and stuff like that.
This is pretty big for a corner tienda. A lot of times they'll be much smaller with less stock. They'll have the same kind of things, but just fewer.
Fewer
Yeah.
of them, yeah.
So you can see anything you need, you can
Yeah,
get.
mayonnaise, canned goods, ranch,
Yep.
tuna fish.
Yeah,
kinds of
basically.
spices.
Yeah, basically all the necessities and then some. So there's no sense running to the big grocery store to
Yeah,
get
you
just.
don't need to go to Walmart just for your basics.
No. Help the local economy. There's our sweet
¿Permiso? ¿A qué hora es su abierto?
A las 6:30, 7.
Oh,
Y
wow.
hoy hasta las 5.
Ah, cada los días. ¿Todos los días?
Sí, todos.
Okay.
All right, so that's the tienda. A couple things you should know is the hours vary. You know,
Yeah.
they might be open super early or super late, and they only usually take cash
Yes, and small bills
and
at
small
that.
bills. If you go in with a 500 bill looking to buy a pack of gum,
They probably won't have
Probably
it.
won't have
and a
it.
lot of times if I do have big bills, I'll ask first and they'll say yes or no.
yeah,
So,
exactly. All right, so that is a tienda tour. They're almost all the same. They'll have all the basics. They're
Yeah.
almost always family run. And I really suggest using these over OXXO. It's
Yeah.
way more convenient.
We are back again shopping in Mexico. We're going to be looking at veg and fruit trucks.
They're either trucks or little tiendas or little stores, but they all specialize in good, fresh fruit and veggies.
Yeah, usually there's a couple throughout your local area.
Yeah, and don't be worried. When you see these trucks pulled up to the side of the road, it's the best produce you can get. It's better than the
Absolutely.
supermarkets.
Yeah, it's so fresh.
It's so fresh. It's as good as the big markets, but less expensive also.
Yeah, it's so cheap.
Yeah, so this is our fruit and veg guy that we go to all the time. He sits on our corner. Super cool guy, really nice. And let's just take a quick look.
Yeah, and again, these aren't always trucks. Sometimes they can be little stores.
Little
as well.
stores as well. So let's go ahead and check out how to shop at the fruit and veg truck.
Yeah, you can see mangoes are 35 pesos for a
A
kilo.
kilo. That's $1.50 a kilo for mangoes. So
Yeah, and a kilo is 2 pounds.
yeah, 2.2, yeah. So you can see he's just loaded down with everything you would need, basically.
Everything looks so fresh.
It's marketed more toward Mexicans, so they're not going to have like gringo veg, you know,
Yeah.
like maybe not cauliflower, maybe not Brussels sprouts, stuff like that.
Yeah, but you can get most everything.
Most everything you want, you can get.
And a lot of seasonal items like green beans were really popular a couple months ago.
Yeah, and they were
in
like
season.
$1.50 for a big
Yeah.
bag of green beans.
Anything seasonal you'll be able to find.
So for these little fruit and veg trucks, you're going to want to remember, I think 100% they're going to be cash only.
Cash only.
Yeah, and if you're going for a banana with a 500 peso bill, it might not work out. They may not have change for you.
As with most of Mexico, small bills are king.
Yes, do not go wandering up with a 500 peso bill thinking you're going to get a banana. So
Yeah, we're going to be talking about shopping in Mexico.
today, specifically in an OXXO, these are convenience stores in Mexico that are on every single corner. They're open 24/7, and they have everything you need, especially if you're getting in late or need something small and quick. OXXO is the place to go. So let's check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
In Centro Mazatlan, but they're all the same.
Yeah, they all have that same red and orange logo.
Yep. And basically, you can see you can just get anything you need. I wouldn't shop here. Like,
Yeah, but
for-
if you need a quick carbone, if
Yeah.
you want some chips, if you need some dog food, you'll find it here.
yeah. So you should also note that if you live here and you are going to move here and you have bills to pay, like electric bill, water bill, whatever bill
Yeah.
you need to pay, you can pay it at OXXO.
Yeah, absolutely. And they do have a rewards card. It's called Spin. You have to give them all your information, but it does have some pretty significant discounts.
Especially paying bills.
Yeah, especially paying bills. Yeah.
They are always stocked at OXXO.
Yeah, you can see she's doing inventory there.
You can also get beer, wine, and liquor here. The beer is in the cases. The wine and liquor is behind the counter. You have to ask for it.
Yeah, and depending on where you are in Mexico, 5 p.m. is the limit on, I think that's Sunday.
That's just Sundays.
Oh.
It's really statewide, so it depends. And at OXXO, you can pay cash, credit, debit. You can use any form of payment you want, which is different than a lot of the tiendas we go to. So
Yeah, they have a lot of baby supplies, toilet paper, all that kind of stuff, bread and hot sauce, bags of beans.
yeah, this is just a really good spot if you're in a pinch and you need to get something quick, run into an OXXO.
Yeah.
We tend to try to go to the smaller locally owned tiendas first,
Yeah.
but a lot of times they just don't have
It's
what
just
we
not
need.
possible, yeah.
Tortillas, even
Yeah.
eggs.
Coffee creamer.
They also have a little, as you can see right there, a little produce shelf, but it is so overpriced. It is insane. But
Yeah.
if you absolutely need a banana, there you go.
Yep, little cold items like yogurt and ham and stuff if you want a quick
And
trip
another,
to the beach.
right, yeah, and another good thing is if you're here and you just get in and you want a coffee, they have a really good coffee setup. So you can just pour your own coffee there and go back to your room and
Be done with
be
it.
done with it. So if you don't want to buy coffee or make it,
Yeah.
OXXO.
Another thing is they have like phone chargers and stuff. If
Yeah.
you forget your phone charger, you can buy them there. Little magazines, newspapers, cigarettes,
Oh yeah,
all of that
cigarettes
stuff.
too, yeah.
All right, so that's OXXO.
And again, it's super convenient, but it is overpriced like any other convenience store would be.
Yeah, but if you're in a pinch and you're arriving late or something, just Google where your closest OXXO is. I guarantee it'll be a block or two away.
Yeah, they might be closed in the evenings. They are open 24/7, but the door will be closed. So you just talk to them through the hole in the door and they'll go
Yeah.
get what you want.
Yep, absolutely. And we make content like this all the time. So if you're interested in exploring more things that are in Mexico or just the digital nomad lifestyle, just like and subscribe for sure.
Yep.
We're always posting.
Yep. All right.
Till next time.
Thanks.
All right, guys, that was our shopping excursion in Mazatlan, Mexico. If you have any questions or comments about what you can find while shopping in Mexico, let us know in the comments, and please like and subscribe because we post content like this all the time.